Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Live Prep. Myself, Dr. Gajapati Varma. So, today we are discussing about some important points from the NCERT. So, I want to keep this particular one as a general video because whatever the points, some of the points that I am discussing here, though they are related to some of the chapters, but still I will discuss some of the points here and as a part of general information. So, please remember here, so many students, when they are reading the NCERT lines, they are making some mistakes. So that is the reason why, so I want to make a separate video so that I can cover at least some of these points. So whenever you are starting the course, from the beginning itself you will be aware of all these things. So whenever we are going through regular chapters, so at that time it will be easy for us. So that is the reason why we are going with this particular one. So now let us focus on some simple things. These are all some simple and silly things that we are feeling, but many students are making mistakes in this particular perspective. So now let us see about what is the significance of these spellings. And another important point is every spelling important for us? Anyhow in the examination, so it is not a written type, it is already MCQ type. They will give everything, then why we should worry about the spelling? Please remember here. So many students are thinking like this only, but here there is some important point. What is this? So there is some small difference in the spellings, but still they are giving the same meaning. And why we are getting this difference in the spellings? Because please remember here. So in the case of UK English, we are getting different types of spellings. But in the case of US English, we are getting small difference in the spelling. Okay, you just observe here. So generally for hemoglobin, many students are having the habit of writing HEMOGLOBIN, hemoglobin. But in the NCERT, if you are observing, they have given HAEMO. And now here the problem is, some students are thinking that this is something different and this is something different. So you should not think like this. So these small differences with respect to the spellings, you should be aware of. Okay. In the same way, industrialization. See, here we are using S, but here we are using Z. And here in the case of fetus spelling, so here FOE we are using, but here directly we are using FE. So in the same way, defense. So here C is there, here S is there. And a prokaryotic, here K we are using, here C we are using. And a center, meter, liter, fiber, in all these cases, at the end we are using RE. But here we are using ER. But still the meaning is same only. And next one, color, behavior, humor. In this case, we are using OUR at the end. But here simply OR at the end. So still the meaning is same only. And here analyze, SE we are using. But for the same thing here we are using ZE. So in this way there are some small difference in the spellings, but still the meaning remains same. And this is due to the difference in the English language uses. That's it. And now the point here is, okay, fine, we understood the difference. But what actually the NCERT is following? So which one between these two, which one is actually followed by NCERT? Please understand this, NCERT is following UK English. So that is the reason why if you are observing the spellings that were given in the NCERT, and they are actually from UK English, okay, or British English. Please understand this. But why I am clarifying this? Because see, generally whenever we are installing the softwares in the laptop, so generally we are installing it, nowadays we are installing with US English. So that is the reason why, so whenever we are preparing some assignments, whenever we are preparing the exam papers, whenever we are preparing some notes, whatever it is, so you may find the words that are related to US English. So this is the reason why I want to make it very clear that, so though NCERT is giving like this, sometimes you may encounter the spellings that are related to this, but the meaning still remains the same. So please understand this particular point. Okay. And now let us go with the another one. And here this is something related to the subject. This is not just related to the UK or US English. This is something related to the subject. Now here you just try to understand the difference here. PHASE phase, and here PHAGE phase. Please remember. So in the case of cell cycle, we are saying G1 phase, G2 phase, M phase. Likewise, we are saying that is the phase. But what is this PHAGE phase? Phase is a virus. Anyhow, all these things we will study separately. Here I want to simply make you aware of all these words. That is what. And here PHG is what? It is a virus. See, huge difference is present between this. That means in these cases, spellings will give huge difference. And next one, synapse, and then synapsis. And this synapsis we are studying for chromosomes, and this synapse we are studying in the neurons. Anyhow, when we are studying those particular chapters, at that time once again I will make each and every point very clear, so you don't need to worry about this, but simply as a general introduction I want to make you aware of all these things. Okay, in the same way, ileum, and then this is ileum, and the see, pronunciation is almost same, but the spellings are different, and one is part of digestive system and other is part of the skeletal system. Anyhow, there we will study about all these. Next one, cysteine. It is an amino acid. cysteine. If E is not there, now it is pronounced as cysteine. Now what is the difference between this? Cysteine is one amino acid, and this cysteines, if two cysteines are attached to each other and if they are having SS bond, then it is called as cysteine. See how different it is. And next one is intra. Many times we will use this one. Intra means what? Within, whereas inter means between. So in this way, these are some of the words that we need to focus. Anyhow, whenever we are studying this particular specific content, so there I will tell you that this is the spelling, this is the meaning, don't confuse with so and so spelling. Each and everything I will tell you, so you don't need to worry about this, but simply understand that. So in this way, the words, some words like this are giving same meaning and some words like these are giving different meaning. So that is the reason why whenever we are reading NCERT, we should be very much careful regarding this type of words. And that too, what is the spelling given in NCERT and what is the spelling given in examination or the assignment, whatever it is. So do they give the same meaning or different meaning? So these things you need to focus. Okay. So this is where generally students are making mistake. Okay. And next one, so generally, anyhow, this is a simple one. So these are actually opposite words. Okay. Complete, incomplete, adequate, inadequate, soluble, insoluble. Actually, these are opposite words. But the thing is, sometimes these words may be used in before this in the sentences. So in complete form, likewise. So if you are not giving a space here, it will become opposite word. So now the problem here is, see, sometimes here you are writing correct, incorrect. Okay. So the problem here is some students, whenever they are reading the sentences, so at that flow, they are misreading this, so that they are misunderstanding the sentences. So whenever you are reading these particular things, so if possible, try to underline this. Are they asking about complete or incomplete? Underline that, so that we will not make any mistake. Please understand this. So this is one point where students are generally making the mistake. And the next one, this is one small example I have given. Actually, these are the sentences from the NCERT. So I have simply took the screenshot of this and I am displaying here. And here, for simple thing, first I will read this bottom one, then we will go with this one. So what is this sentence? Blood is a special connective tissue consisting of a fluid matrix, comma, plasma, comma, and formed elements. This is the sentence they are saying. So now if you are observing this, I will read it once again completely. So blood is a special connective tissue consisting of a fluid matrix, plasma, and formed elements. Now the point here is, now based on this sentence, now tell me blood is having how many components? Tell me now. So read the sentence once again. The question here is, blood overall having, based on this sentence, overall having how many components? Is it 2 components or 3 components? This is where general students are making mistake. First I will tell you what is the mistake done by the students, then I will tell you what is the original sentence. Okay, what the students are doing? Blood is a special connective tissue. So different types of tissues are there. In that, connective tissue is a one type. In that connective tissue also, blood is a type of special type of connective tissue. Okay, and this consisting of means blood consists of. So what the blood is consisting of? What the wrong that is done by students? First one, fluid matrix. That means blood is having some fluid matrix. And second one, they are considering that blood is having plasma and blood is having formed elements. So in this way, what the number that students are taking it out? 3. And this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. How? Why this is wrong? Now what we will see, what is the correct meaning of this? Blood is a special connective tissue consisting of fluid matrix, and formed elements. Only two components are there. Blood is having only two components. What are these? A fluid matrix, okay, and formed elements. What is this fluid matrix? Please understand this. Now, what is this particular one? This is the explanation or some extra information for this particular one. So, this fluid matrix is nothing but plasma. This is what they are saying. So, in this way, how many components are there? Only two are there. So, blood is consisting of fluid matrix that is called as a plasma. That means this is entirely one component only. So, plasma is the another name for fluid matrix. This is the meaning. And separately it is having formed elements. What are the formed elements means? They are the cells, RBC, WBC, platelets we are studying now. That's what they are saying. So, fluid part is called plasma and the formed elements are nothing but cells that are present in it. So, in this way you need to read the sentences carefully. So, don't interpret the sentences in a wrong way. This is one more point that we need to focus, because many students are misreading the sentences like this one. Now I will read one more sentence that was given in NCERT, and now let us try to understand what is its meaning. Okay, it was only in 1953 that James Watson and Francis Crick, based on the X-ray diffraction data produced by Morris Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin, proposed a very simple but famous double helical model for the structure of DNA. This is the sentence. Now in this sentence, once again I will read it. It was only in 1953 that James Watson, James Watson and Francis Crick, comma. Here there is a comma, observe it. And now they are saying that based on the X-ray diffraction data produced by Morris Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin. Once again there is a comma. And now they are saying that proposed is very simple but famous DNA double helical model for structure of DNA. Fine. Now the question here is, who proposed this structure of DNA? Is it Watson and Crick proposed structure of DNA, that is double helical model, or Wilkins and Franklin? Now the problem here is, when students are reading this, what they are reading? Morris Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin, and they are forgetting this comma, and directly they are reading that Wilkins and Franklin proposed a very simple but famous DNA double helical model for structure of DNA. They are reading like this. Please remember, this is the wrong way. You are making mistake here. So don't do this type of mistakes. So what is the sentence here? Please understand here. So between these two commas. So this information is some extra information that is related to this scientist. Now what is the original information? Watson and Crick proposed a very simple but famous DNA double helical model for structure of DNA. This is the sentence. So who proposed this? Watson and Crick proposed DNA double helical model. And now what about this particular sentence? This is the extra information related to this. So they have proposed this based on, how they have proposed? Based on X-ray diffraction data produced by Wilkins and Franklin. This is the information. So this information is extra for this. So Watson and Crick proposed DNA double helical structure, and for that proposal, what is the basis? So the basis is X-ray diffraction data produced by Wilkins and Franklin. This is what the meaning of sentence. So please read the sentences very carefully. Some students are ignoring these commas and they are thinking that it is not having some significance. Okay, at some locations it's okay, fine. So they are taking some space there and then they are continuing there. In that case, comma is not that much significant. But if it is like this, unnecessarily you will make mistakes here. So please read it very carefully. This is what my opinion is. So in this way, that is the reason why before starting the course itself, under the part of some general videos, so I want to discuss about these particular things. Okay, so please don't make mistakes. So please go through this. And now I want to show one more example in some sentences with respect to or, in some sentence with respect to and. So we are talking about this. Now let us see it. So generally R means what we will think. Suppose A or B means what we will say. So either it is A or is it R. It is B. Okay, either A or B. So sometimes, please understand here, what is the meaning of this? Sometimes what we will say, it is also called as this one or this one. Golgi body or Golgi complex means what? Both of them are same. So whenever we are using R like this, generally what we are thinking, this first one and second one are same. This is what we are thinking. But according to the sentence, the usage may be different. So please understand this. Understood or not? So now let us see about this particular sentence. Here I will read this is also NCERT sentence. Whenever we are going with this particular content, so that day once again anyhow we will study. This is just for an example. Thylakoids are arranged in stacks like piles of coins called as grana. If it is singular, it is called granum. Plural is grana, singular is granum, or the intergranal thylakoids. This is the sentence. So what the students are thinking here, now let us see about this particular one. What they are saying? Thylakoids are arranged as, how they are arranged, like pile of coins. What is this pile of coins? If they are present one above the other, it is called as a piling up. So if thylakoids are present like this particular single one is called as granum. In the same way, if many are present, that means this is another granum, this is another granum. Okay, now many are there. When you are saying many, now we will say about this as grana. Understood or not? So in this way, thylakoids are present as a pile of coins, and that is called as grana. And if many are there, grana. If only one pile of coins, that is called as grana. So in this way, one pile of thylakoids is called as grana. In this way, if many are present, it is called as grana. Fine, no problem. It is easy to understand. Or the intergranal thylakoid. Now this is where students are making mistake. What many students are thinking? Grana or intergranal thylakoid. That means what they are thinking? Grana is also called as intergranal thylakoid. This is what they are thinking. Since they are using R, they are thinking that this is another name for grana. That is not another name for grana. Please understand this. Now you need to understand the sentence. I will read the sentence once again. Thylakoids are arranged as stacks, and that stacks like piles of coins, that is called as grana. This is what one thing. So now what you need to understand, thylakoids are arranged in grana, or they are present as intergranal thylakoid. Now what is this intergranal thylakoid? So please understand this one. This is one granum, this is one granum, and some thylakoids will connect adjacent grana like this. This is also a thylakoid, but what is the function of this thylakoid? This thylakoid is connecting to different grana. So that's why it is called inter. What is the meaning of inter? Inter means between. Between. What is this between? Where it is between? Between two different grana. So intergranal. So between the grana. So some thylakoids are present between the grana also, and they are called as intergranal thylakoids. This is what they are saying. So now what is the overall meaning here? Here they are saying that thylakoids are present as pile of coins called grana. Second one, thylakoids are present as intergranal thylakoid. Do you have to understand this? So in this way, in this sentence, that R does not mean that both of them are same. They are saying that thylakoids are present either like this or they are present like this. This is what the meaning of this particular sentence. So in this way, they are using this particular R in this case. So please understand this. So this is what one sentence. Now we will go with another sentence. Observe this carefully. However, so this is about some reactions they are saying. So don't worry about the original content. However, whether it is an exothermic or spontaneous reaction or an endothermic or energy requiring reaction. Now please understand this. Now here they are using that exothermic or spontaneous reaction or endothermic or energy requiring reaction. Now tell me, do you think that all these four will give same meaning? Do you think that all these four are same meaning? No. So they are not talking about this particular content. Actually in this particular content paragraph, what they are saying is reactions are generally of two types. What are these two types of reactions? One is exothermic reaction and other one is endothermic reaction. So the reaction can occur either as exothermic or endothermic. This is what they are saying. Now what about this one more sentence here? Now what they are saying, for this exothermic they are giving another name. What is that another name? Exothermic reaction is also called as spontaneous reaction, and endothermic reaction is also called as energy requiring because it needs energy. This is what they are saying. Now what is the overall sentence now? Now reactions can occur in two ways. One is called as exothermic reaction. Exothermic is also called as spontaneous reaction. This is the one type of reaction. Or now this R is separating both of this. Or another type of reactions are there. What are those? Endothermic reactions. They are also called as energy requiring reactions. So now you just understand this one. Now what many students are thinking, since R was kept between these four, they are thinking that all the four are same. No, it is not like this. If you are thinking that all the four are same, that means you did not understand the concept. You will definitely make a mistake in examination. So that is the reason why you need to understand what is the exact meaning of these sentences. Next one we will go with another small example. The cell wall determines the shape of the cell and provides a strong structural support to prevent the bacterium from bursting or collapsing. So simply, sentence is very simple here. Function of cell wall they are saying, okay. So what is the function of cell wall? Cell wall will give the shape. So what is cell wall is a fixed one. So whatever is the shape of cell wall, that is the shape for the cell. So that's what they are saying. And provides, what provides? Cell wall provides strong structural support. It is providing a strong structural support also. And what is the advantage of this structural support? To prevent the bacterium from bursting or collapsing. So it is protecting the bacterium from bursting or collapsing. Now tell me, is the meaning of bursting and collapsing same or not? Here they are saying that, so cell wall will protect the bacterium or the cell wall will protect the plant cell or fungal cell, wherever the cell wall is there, the corresponding cell from bursting or collapsing. They are saying, do they give same meaning? This is what important is. So since they are using the word called or, many students are thinking that both the words are giving same meaning. No, it is not like this. What is the meaning of, what is the exact meaning of this particular content? Try to understand here simply. Anyhow, in the regular lecture we will study. Suppose this is a plant cell. Let us take a plant cell. In the case of plant cell, now this is the cell wall and this is the plasma membrane. Okay. Now inside the plasma membrane, protoplasm and everything are present, fine. Now please understand here. So anyhow, in the regular chapter we will study about different mechanisms and all. If water is entering into the cell, now what happens? Now cell means what here? This is the plasma membrane, right? Now it is keep on expanding and expanding. Now you just understand, if cell wall is not there, now what happens? This will be keep on expanding and at one point it will burst. So due to entry of water into the cell, it will lead to bursting. So that is what about the bursting. So since the cell wall is present, it will protect from bursting. This is what the meaning is. So cell wall is helping in protection from or preventing from bursting. Fine. Over. Then what about collapsing? Now please understand here. Suppose this is the cell wall. Now inside this is the plasma membrane. Now this time it is opposite. Opposite. What is this? Due to loss of water. Now what happens? Now this plasma membrane will shrink. This will shrink and it is coming from all the sides, so that it will shrink like this. And please understand, if cell wall is not present, now it is dangerous for the cell. And this shrinking of the cell is called as collapsing. So in this way what they are saying, cell wall, presence of cell wall will protect the cell from bursting, or presence of cell wall will protect the cell from collapsing. This is what the meaning of sentence. Understood or not? So in this way, that bursting and collapsing are actually opposite words, and don't think that they are the same things. So in this way you need to understand each and every word. Please remember, directly I am telling you, you don't need to study anything out of NCERT, but you need to understand and remember each and every word given in NCERT. This is the most important thing that we need to do. So these are some examples with respect to R. So we need to focus on these things. And next one simple example I have given here. This is also from NCERT, and where we are talking about and what is the mistake done by the students, that also we will see here. And this is about a particular disease they are talking, that is called as phenylketonuria, and we will see about this. This means what? Phenylketonuria disease manifests itself through phenotypic expression characterized by. So how we can identify, or what are the different phenotypes, what are the different characters that we can observe in phenylketonuria, that they are saying. What are the characters? One is by mental retardation. Mental retardation means what? Brain development is not happening properly. So that's why their mental development is reduced. So this is one thing, direct sentence, no problem. That means in phenylketonuria we are observing mental retardation. One sentence, over. Whatever the other. And a reduction in hair and skin pigmentation. Now what is the meaning of this sentence? Now I will give you two options. Now you just tell me which one is correct. First option I am telling you. Reduction in hair means what? Suppose this is the volume of hair that I am having. So if I am having phenylketonuria, I will not have this much of hair, I will have only small volume of hair. This is what? And skin pigmentation will be reduced. This is the first option I am giving to you. I will give you two options. First option, whatever I am saying, the volume of hair will be reduced and skin pigmentation. So generally it is having some color, right? So this color of the skin is because of melanin. So skin pigmentation is decreased, means the individual will appear little bit white, okay, or light color. That's what they are saying. This is the first option. Now I am giving you second option for the same statements. What is the second option? Reduction in hair and skin pigmentation means reduction in hair pigmentation and reduction in skin pigmentation. This is what the meaning I am saying. What is the meaning of reduction in hair pigmentation? So normally it is black in color, okay. So now what happens? Reduction in hair pigmentation means what? Now it is not in black color, that blackness is decreased. Now it is going towards the gray color. That is what the meaning of reduction in hair pigmentation. And reduction in skin pigmentation, already I told you, skin pigmentation, generally we are having some color, dark color. So because of this, what happens? It will become little lighter. This is the second option. I am repeating the options once again. First option is reduction in hair means hair volume is decreased and skin pigmentation is decreased. That is the first option. And the second option is reduction in hair pigmentation. So color to the hair is reduced and also color to the skin is also reduced. This is the second option. Now tell me which option is correct. Based on this sentence, which one you are feeling that most appropriate for this particular sentence? So this is not just a mistake done by the students itself, because I saw so many teachers they are giving wrong meaning for this particular sentence. So if you understand the previous paragraph and there they have given some relation, but they have not clearly explained this. That is the reason why even many teachers are also giving wrong meaning for this. Okay. So please understand this. Try to understand the sentence. And what is the correct answer for this one? The correct answer is reduction in hair pigmentation and reduction in skin pigmentation. This is the correct answer. It is not that reduction in hair separate and reduction in skin pigmentation separate. It is not like this. It is a reduction in hair pigmentation and reduction in skin pigmentation. So please try to understand the sentences properly. If you don't understand the sentences properly, unnecessarily you will make many mistakes. So please focus on this. And next one is regarding use of italics. Anyhow, in the biological classification chapter, so clearly we will explain you so how to use the italics for scientific names. For the scientific names, so why we need to use this, so what are the rules to be followed. So whenever you are writing on a paper or somewhere you are writing, so while writing we cannot write in italics, so at that time what we will do, all the things we will explain. But here there are some technical details are there, so try to understand these things, because please understand, in the biology it is not that you are simply reading something. Whatever you are reading, you need to understand it in a proper way. Okay, so we will try our best to give you in that particular pattern. So now let us try to see this. So here if you see the spelling, it is CRY. Here also the spelling is CRY. But is there any difference between these or not? Yes, there is a difference. What is the difference? Here all the three letters are present in small letters, means lowercase, and that too they are in italics. Please understand this. Here CRY is there, but here these are not in italics. And second important point is, first letter C is capital and remaining two letters are small letters. In this way you are writing this one. Now what is the difference between this? If you are writing all the three letters, small letters and italics, it indicates that it is the gene. Please understand, it is the gene. Then what about this particular one? Not in italics and first letter capital. And this type of representation is used for saying that it is a protein. It is the gene, whereas it is a protein. That means there is a small difference here. Please remember, sometimes in the options deliberately they will give this type of differences, and you need to able to understand what is the difference between these. And if you think that both of them are same, and if you are thinking that by mistake they have given, don't expect mistake. Okay, mistakes will happen, I do agree, but don't expect that everything will be a mistake. So there may be some logic behind that. So try to focus on that particular one and try to understand the logic. Then only you will score maximum. Next one, plasmodium. Spellings are exactly same. But this plasmodium you are writing in italics, whereas this plasmodium you are not writing in italics. Then what is the huge difference between this? This plasmodium is a malarial parasite that is able to cause malaria. Yes or no? In the italics you are writing, this is the scientific name. And what about this plasmodium without italics? And this is a particular stage within the slime molds. So separately you will study under the biological classification. Okay. So in that chapter you will study about this one. So this is a particular stage within the slime molds. That's it. So there is a huge difference between these two. So this is what I am saying, that please try to understand the basic points. You don't need to study something out of NCERT. Once I am repeating this because many students generally they are worrying about, so get this particular reference book, purchase that particular book. Not all these things are not needed. What is to be studied, so we will discuss here. So same thing you just study, that is enough. Okay, unnecessarily don't waste time in reading something. Please understand, this is just 11th and 12th class syllabus, that's it. We are not doing MBBS here. Okay, so in the biology what happens, for the same sentence according to our educational level, so we are giving the information, that's it. So don't try to do PhD at the level of class 11th and 12th. So as you are going to the higher classes, accordingly the content will be added. So at this particular point of the time, for the examination, what is required, only you need to study that much. Clear? This is what we are doing. Next one, this is the most important one, and many students are making mistakes for this. And why this is important, now I will tell you. Okay, and here there are total of 4 important things are there. First one, the use of followed by, the use of follows, and the use of preceded by, and the use of precedes. Please understand this. Now here I will give you some example here. So the same example I will explain you here. Please understand, whenever there is a fixed sequence, what is the meaning of fixed sequence? Suppose there is a number 1, and after the number 1, number 2 will come, and then after this number 3 will come, 4, 5, 6, there is a fixed sequence. And if you are talking about A, B, C, D, E, like this, there is a fixed sequence. Okay, anyhow I have mentioned all these things for your reference, so in the slides also, anyhow that also I will show. Not only this, if you are talking about the cell cycle, in the cell cycle what we will say, G1 phase, after the G1 phase, S phase, after the S phase, G2 phase, and after this M phase. Even in the M phase also there is a sequence. What is that one? Now it is having, this first part is called as karyokinesis. It is called as karyokinesis, means nuclear division. Anyhow, slowly we will study all this. So to simply explain these words, I am using this. And the next one is cytokinesis. Cytokinesis. What is this cytokinesis? Cytoplasmic division. So in this way there is a fixed sequence. Even in the karyokinesis also there is a sequence: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Please understand this. So G1, S, G2, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and then cytokinesis. Understood or not? So we are starting with G1 and finally we are ending at cytokinesis. Understood or not? So there is a fixed sequence here. So this is one example. I will tell you one more. First I will tell you why you need to understand this. Then only you will focus on this. So in class 12th syllabus, there is a chapter called biotechnology, and there we will talk about this PCR, polymerase chain reaction. In this polymerase chain reaction, there are 3 steps. And these steps are fixed. You cannot change this. This is a fixed sequence. What is this sequence? First one, denaturation. First step is denaturation, and second step is annealing, and the third step is extension. So this is a fixed sequence. Whenever there is a fixed sequence, now they will say that, they will ask you that in the case of PCR, annealing step is followed by, annealing step follows, annealing step is preceded by, and annealing step precedes. They can ask like this. Okay, in the same way, so in another chapter, So there is an experiment called as Hershey and Chase experiment. There also there are 3 steps. The first step of the experiment is infection, and the second step is blending. Second step is blending, and the third step is centrifugation. Third step is centrifugation. So in this way, there is a fixed sequence. Now they may ask you that. So blending is followed by. So you need to know this. In this way here, suppose they are asking that S phase is followed by. Suppose N phase is preceded by, and metaphase follows. Suppose telophase is followed by. Different questions are possible. So whenever there is a fixed sequence, so these questions are possible. Okay, and there is one more example also. In the case of bacteria, if you are observing, so this is the plasma membrane, and outside the plasma membrane there is a cell wall, and attached to this cell wall there is a layer that is called as glycocalyx. Understood or not? Now outer to inner, what is the sequence? Inner to outer, what is the sequence? So which layer is followed by which one? Like this they may ask. From outer to inner, when with respect to cell wall, outer to inner, so cell wall is followed by, you need to know the answer. So in this way questions are possible. So whenever there is a fixed sequence, you should compulsorily know what is this particular question. So for this particular one, so I am taking a small example like normal A, B, C, D, E. Please understand, A is the first one, B is the second one, C is the third one, D is the fourth one, E is the fifth one. Understood or not? So this is the first one. After this one will come. After this C will come. After this D will come. After this E will come. That means there is a fixed sequence. So in this way, whenever there is a fixed sequence, then how we are using this particular? First one is followed by, and the next one is follows, and next one is preceded by, and next one is precedes. These are the things. And now what I will do is, I will fix one particular one. Okay, so I will fix one particular one. What is that one? Let us talk all the things with respect to one particular one, so that it will be easy for you. So whenever they are asking like this, whether to write the next one or to write the previous one, which one we need to write? That will be clear from this particular example. Next one, B is followed by, B follows, B is preceded by, and B precedes. These are the 4 questions. And now first you just try the answers for this, then I will start giving the answers for this. First you just try it. B is followed by, you just write your answer. B follows, which one? B is preceded by, which one? And B precedes which one? These are the 4 questions. So I think you are ready with your answers. Now I will start telling my answers. Okay, please understand this. B is followed by, whenever they are saying that followed by, you need to write the next thing that is happening. Understood or not? So B is followed by C. Okay, so that means who will come after the B? It is the C that is coming after the B. Okay, so B is followed by C. Fine. Next one, B follows. B is following whom? When we will follow someone, suppose someone is present in front of us, before us, and we will follow them. So same thing here also. B is following. Who is present before A? Before B. We are talking with respect to the B, right? So B is following someone. So who? B is the second one. So second one will follow whom? First one. So who is the first one? A. So B follows A. Please understand this. So based on this, questions are changed. Yes or no? According to a particular sequence, they will say that. Suppose now let us see about this. First let me complete this, then I will give the example here itself. Next one, B is preceded by. So what is the meaning of B is preceded by? So here, observe this. If you understand this one, B is followed by means what you are doing? You are writing the next one. So B is preceded by means what you will write? Who is present before B? That means it will be A. Understood or not? So if you understand one pair, it is easy to understand the next pair. Understood or not? Next one. So in this way, B is followed by C, whereas B is preceded by A. That means here the first one you are writing, here the third one you are writing. Understood or not? Next one, follows and precedes. B follows. B is following who? A. Now in the same way, now opposite here. B precedes. That means B is present before whom? So B precedes C. Understood or not? That means in front of C, B is present. Okay, B is present before C in this way. So we are present before the next one, right? So what is the next one for this? C. So this is what the meaning is. So in this way we are writing. Now I will tell you the sequence here. G1 phase and then S phase, G2 phase, M phase. Let us talk with respect to this one. Okay. Now they may ask this. Okay. G2 phase. G2 phase is followed by. Now what is the answer? G2 phase is followed by means what is the next one? M phase. So answer will be M phase. So here if you are writing that G2 phase, G2 phase is followed by M phase is the answer. That's it. Understood or not? Next one. Now next one. G2 phase follows. So G2 phase follows whom? S phase. So this is the answer. So here if they are asking about G2 phase, G2 phase follows S phase. Answer is clear. Next one. G2 phase is preceded by. So G2 phase is preceded by. G2 phase is preceded by S phase. This is how you need to write. And then G2 phase precedes. So G2 phase precedes whom? M phase. That's it. This is how wherever there is a fixed sequence, you need to use these particular things. So that is the reason why, so I don't want to discuss about this particular things in the regular class, because there we will be deviated from the regular chapter. So that is the reason why I am keeping this particular one under the general information, so that this information is applicable for many chapters. So you should compulsorily remember this. So in the regular chapter I will quickly once again explain this, and then we will go with the content. So in this way, this is what the information. This is for your reference. I have given the same thing with respect to this. I have given this. So use of these words is very, very important, because in many chapters, many sentences they have used these words, and 99% students are making every time the same mistake. Please, better my suggestion is write this particular one and write this particular one on the first page of NCERT itself, not at the chapter. At the beginning of the NCERT textbook itself, you just write this on the textbook, so that whenever in any chapter you are getting the doubt, directly you can come to this and you can clarify yourself. So this is one more thing that you need to do here. And here there is a fixed sequence here. Now the same questions can be asked with respect to any of this. Okay. And next one, phase of mitosis, also different phases are there. Question can be asked based on any of these phases. Okay, please understand this. Don't expect that this type of question should be, each and every sentence should be given in NCERT. Once you understood the usage of words, you should be ready to make your own questions. So then only our preparation for examination will be perfect. Okay. And next one. Next, another important thing is, see here. So when we are observing like this, for us, so for as a viewer, as a student, now you are observing this particular video, and for you what we are saying, so this is the right side and this will be the left side. So in this way we are writing that this is the right side and this is the left side. But whenever we are talking about human system diagrams, please understand here, it is not like this. So originally about is, this is our right side, so this side should be the right. But here what is the labeling they have given? Left they have given. Left they have given. And this side is actually right for us, left for us. But here they have given right here. So why they are giving like this? Please understand here. So here whenever we are saying, suppose I am explaining, so with respect to my perspective I am giving it, and here we are drawing the diagrams. So for you this side is right side, but for me from this angle it is left side. Please understand this. And for you this side is left side, but for me it is right side like this, because I am present opposite to you. So in this sense we are explaining. So please understand this very carefully. I am explaining like this. So with respect to me I am saying that this is right and this is left. But originally when you are observing, for you this side will be right and this side will be left side. So this confusion, many students are having this confusion. So please understand, always human diagrams, human related information, anything we are representing like this only. So originally when we are reading it, we are observing it, we are watching it, at that time we are feeling that for us original position, actually it is opposite. So please don't get confused, please understand the information very carefully. Okay, this is another point where students are generally getting confused. That's why I want to make it very clear. So this is what the general information that we are trying to focus in this particular one, and remaining all informations we will go as part of the regular theory chapters. Okay, and here there is a small information is there here, and actually this is a quote I have taken from the internet. So let us, this information a little bit important for us. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Please understand here. So what the meaning of this sentence? So here he is saying that I am not fear of a person who is practicing one kick only once. Likewise, he practiced total 10,000 different kicks. I am not worrying. I am not feeling fear of that particular person. But I do fear of a person who is having the practice of 10,000 times the same kick, same thing for 10,000 times. So definitely I will feel fear of that particular person. That's what they are saying. And why, how it is related to us. Please remember here, I am once again making it clear in this general video that whenever you are going for theory part reference, I am directly telling you, you don't need to refer any book for the theory part. Just NCERT is enough. Single NCERT. The single kick here is single NCERT. Read, understand, read it for multiple times and understand properly. That is enough. That is enough, because in my career I saw so many students and I have guided them very well. So those students who are not deviated like this, some students are having the habit of take 4 or 5 different books and what they have given information, what these fellows have given information, and why this the information is contradicting. Don't worry about all these things. If you are doing these many things, it will be like this and you are not perfect at any place and unnecessarily you will be confused. But if you are following only one book, and I am saying that one book is NCERT textbook, you don't need to go through any other reference books. I am telling you, NCERT textbook, our lecture and our class notes, that is more than enough for NEET examination. Okay, so this is what I am suggesting you. So please prepare yourself for NEET examination. Preparation means it should be from all the directions, in all the ways. Okay, we should not make any mistake. Anyhow, this is where we are stopping this particular one. So we will meet in the regular lectures. Okay, thank you so much.